Hi, this is Katie Moore, and this is my week 4 coding assignment. Number 1, create an array of int. So here is my ages int array with all of my values stored here. Subtract the first from the last, the first element from the last element. So we've got a variable here called difference ages, and to get the last element, we do ages.length minus 1. To get the first element, it's always going to be 0. So we subtract ages.length minus 1 from 0, and that gets us 1a. We print that, and that's 90. So 93 minus 3 is 90. Now 1b, we create an array of int called ages2 with 9 elements, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we repeat the subtraction here. And then when we print that out, 9 minus 1 is 8. So 1b is 8. To make sure that it works, we will add 10 here, run it one more time, and 10 minus 1 is 9, so that changes the answer here to 9. Go ahead and delete that. Okay, so we've got 1C, use the loop to iterate through the array and calculate the average age. So we have an int called length, is equal to ages2.length, and then a sum, which is equal to 0. We iterate through it with a for loop. We start at 0. I is less than ages.toLength, or ages2.length, sorry. I plus plus will iterate through it. We add sum to ages2 to get the average. We divide the sum by the length, and then we print that out here. 1C is 5, and that is correct. Number 2, create an array of string with all the names. Here that is. Use a loop to iterate through it. Okay, so we have a variable called sum of letters equals 0. For every letter in names, we have sum of letters and add that to the letter length. We create a variable called count and made it equal to 0. So for every name in names, we iterate through that and we count up. To get the average letters, we use the sum of letters and divide that by the count, and we print that out. So 2a is 3.833335. Okay. To use a loop to iterate through the array again and concatenate the names together, create a variable called space names and made it blank. I is equal to 0, I is less than names.length, and then we iterate through it. We add space names to names, then we print this out, B, and it prints all of them out, Sam, Tommy, Tim, Sally, Buck, and Bob. Number 3, how do you access the last element? We did that earlier, names.length minus 1. First element is 0. Number 5, create an array of int called name lengths and loop over it and add the length to each name. Okay, so sum2 is equal to 0. Name lengths is new int. Okay, names.length. We start at 0. If I is less than name lengths.length, I plus plus iterates through it. Then we do the sum2, we add that to the name length, and then we print this out, arrays to string and the name length. So we come up here, oh wait, I'm sorry, name length is right there. Okay, anyway, and here it is here, 353543. Number 6, write a loop to iterate over the names, which you can tell, I'm sorry, this is 353543, just so you know. I'm sure you knew, but here we go. Okay, number 6, write a loop to iterate over the name lengths and calculate the sum of all the elements. So I basically did that right here. So we just print that out, sum2, which is number 6, which is 23, and that is all of those added together. Number 7, method test. Okay, so we're doing the method down here where excuse me, we take a method that's a string, a word int, and return all of the words together without spaces. So here's my method name. We are returning a string. My method name is multiply string, string word int n. We created a variable called result that's empty. Iterate through it. I equals 0, I is less than n, and then I plus plus. We add the result to the word and return the result. So number 7 up here, we did triple hello. So we multiply string and the word is hello. We do that 3 times. If we print it, it's hello, hello, hello. Number 8, write a method that takes 2 strings, first and last name, and returns the full name. Okay, so my method is a string that's returning, create full name as the name, string X and string Y. So we are going to return X plus space plus Y. So concatenated together, X first name, space, and then Y is the last name. So we come up here to the test. My first name is Katie, my last name is Moore. So the full name is equal to create full name, which is my method, first name, last name. We print that out, number 8's Katie Moore. So we've got 9, write a method that takes an array of int and returns true. if it's greater than 100. So this is going to be a Boolean because it's returning true. I said check if greater than 100 is what I named it, int ages 2, because we have that array already. We iterate through it here. If ages 2 is greater than 100, return true, otherwise return false. So we come up here to 9. Check if greater than 100 for ages 2, and it is not, so it should show up false, and that is correct. Number 10, write a method that takes an array of double and returns the average of all elements. So double is what we're returning. Calculate average R is what I named it. Sum is equal to 0 for every number in numbers. We add the sum to the number, and then we return the sum divided by the number length, which gives us the average. If we come up here and test it, number 10, I did a array called prices, 1, 52, 53, 50, and 4. And then the average of that is 2.875 down here when I print it. Number 11 is to write a method that takes two arrays of double and returns true if the average is greater of the first array is greater than the second. So here it's going to be a Boolean again, because that's what we're returning, true or false. Is first R average larger, double A, and double B, because there will be decimal points, it needs to be a double. So I used my method up here that I created. So if A is greater than B, then it should return true. And let's see, what number is this? 11. So let's do 11 test. I did a second array called prices, and it is bigger than the first one. So this should return false. And we ran it and it returns false. 12, write a method called will buy drink that takes Boolean is hot outside and double money in pocket and returns true. Excuse me. Okay, so Boolean will buy drink is what I named it, is hot outside, money in pocket. So we will return is hot outside if it is equal to true and money in pocket is greater than 1050, it will return true. So we come up here to 12. Here are my variables. Is hot outside is true, is money in pocket is 20. So it is greater, so it should return true. And down here it turns true. Number 13, I create a method of my own. I added 6% tax to my prices array, created an empty variable for every price and prices total add to the price, and then return prices total times 0.06, which is 6%, and then add that back to the prices total, and it gives us, we print it out up here, add 6% tax to the prices, and it's $12.19 is the new price. All right, and that is all. Thank you.